All right, so welcome to the Developers Play Survivor Mercs stream. We are super excited and super happy that we just clicked the launch into early access button a couple minutes ago. And yeah, we're super happy to show you a little bit more about the game today. So hi, I'm Bender.
I'm Felix.
And we have a couple more of the Wolpertingers around the office here still, so maybe...
Yeah, but since they're Wolpertingers, they're very shy.
Yeah.
And they hide in the woods.
But yeah, this is definitely a little kind of like a crowd celebration we're having here today with the team. So like I said, we're super excited to show you a little bit about the game. So Survivor Mercs, now available in early access. We are having a launch discount, so make sure to check it out. Grab the game now. It's never gonna be as cheap again. Just kidding, but yeah, this is a great discount to get into the game and help develop the game with us. This is what's really, really dear to my heart and to our heart here in the team, that you guys are buying the game, testing the game, and providing your feedback. So make sure to join our Discord server that we are running with the wonderful folks at Wandering Wizard, our publisher. We are really happy to hear what you think needs improvement, what you want to see in the game. And with all of that, we are hopefully starting today, right now, into an amazing early access phase to make a really, really great game together with you guys. So without further ado, I think I will jump a little bit into the game and show you around what is currently in the early access version, what you can already do, and maybe spoil a couple things here and there, what we are still planning to do and already have in the backlog and currently working on. So let's get into that. I don't think I want to explain the main menu really. It's kind of like self-explanatory. I'll just give you a little hint on the leaderboard here. So if you play the game, check out our event page on Steam right now. We are having, for the launch of Survivor Mercs, a little competition running where you can actually get into the leaderboard with the highest value loot bag that you can grab out of the game. And if you rank really high up in the leaderboard, you can actually win some really nice prizes. So feel free and make sure to check out the event and also join the Discord to be eligible to enter this kind of competition. So once we start into the game, we actually end up in this amazing but tiny little bunker that is your task to actually build up over time. This is where everything starts out. This is your home to your mercenaries and your home as a new commander to the Survivor Mercs. And before I show you a little bit more about what's going on in the bunker, we will just start right into our first run so I can show you what the game is really all about. And this is mainly you are selecting a commander clone and trying to play as whatever funny commander you can get. And we have a little interesting system. Sorry, we have a little... Background music is too low. I will quickly update that.
Yeah, our friends at Active Fungus Studios made an awesome music soundtrack already. There's still more to come, but I love it. And we want to make sure that you can also hear it.
Yeah, so I hope you can now hear it. I turned it up a little bit. If it's too loud or too low, please just let me know. We'll actually turn it up and down. Yeah, so we still turn it up a little bit. Is it better now? All right. So let's start into the game, and you guys let me know if it's better or worse. So, like I said, we are playing a commander of a mercenary squad, and our commanders are not just random heroes; they are in fact the most random heroes you can get. So we have a system where you basically just create new commander clones, and we want to ensure that no run is ever feeling the same or playing like the same run as before. So every commander is being generated, or every commander clone, to be exact, is generated from 3 random traits that you will unlock more of a time of. And with that, we guarantee you already right now a couple thousand different unique abilities and things you can do. And this goes from just different traits, modifiers, different looks of the game, but also into like really a lot of different active abilities and skills that you can use in the game. But of course, we do kind of a dev launch play stream, so we will start with the most vanilla average basic commander that you can get as the first one, which we also recommend you use as the first one to really get into the game. So we select that and we jump directly into battle, and we will start out on the Desert Storm map, which is one of 2 maps that's currently in early access.
There's more to come, obviously.
Yes. Felix, by the way, you can talk a little bit about what you're doing, because I think you did a lot of the artwork, right, for this game?
Yeah, basically everything that's pixel art is at least I did touch at some point. So I did all the character portraits you can see here, all the commanders that are bobbing around in game, the enemies, objectives, icons, items. Yeah, but obviously I had a lot of help from the great marketingers on the team. Couldn't have done anything of all of this without Milos and Brotato.
Big shout out to the team there. What merc do we want to start with?
I think Reaper is a fan favorite.
Yeah, it's definitely a fan favorite, so let's start with her. Yeah, so what you can see is we are capturing these objectives on the map, and the first one, of course, is always the first one that also gets you the first mercenary for your squad. And as you can see, and this might be pretty unique to this game in comparison to some other bullet heavens that you've potentially played before, your commander or your main hero is actually not doing that much himself. You actually need to build up your squad to fight for you and to defend you effectively. And over time of this 20-minute run, until you will potentially face the big boss of that map. Every map has its unique boss. In this map, maybe we can get to one. We'll see if I'm good enough. Maybe somebody else needs to try. But every boss is really unique, and we have 20-minute runs. You need to survive and capture as many objectives as possible during that run to not only build your squad, but also grab interesting power-ups and, of course, get a lot of loot. So currently this is the second objective that I'm trying to capture here, which is a supply drop. This will actually yield you some really nice power-ups as well. So you can like twin stick shoot with the Doomsday Ray right now. This is kind of like a really, really nice weapon, especially when it gets really, really nasty as well. So when you're really
a bit early for it, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like, yeah, okay, kill the most easiest enemies now.
There's no kill like overkill.
And now that we also captured the supply drop, which also has a ton of experience pips, so the little dog tags you can see are actually our experience pips, and if you collect them you will gain experience points and at some point level up. And I'm actually saving them up right now because I just saw that I have the second second beacon objective here, which allows me to recruit another merc. So I will grab a second one and then spend all of these level ups now onto a combo I really like, which is Curveball and Reaper. So as you could see, Reaper is our little ray gun sniper lady, and Curveball is the deadliest pitcher around, as we call him, throwing some grenades. So I have a nice combination of a highly penetrating weapon and some explosive area effect attacks. And now I will actually spend something on some upgrades. So I go with the alloy update for Reaper first.
Shotgun Reaper.
Shotgun Reaper, exactly. She's basically shooting more projectiles per attack now, giving up a little bit of damage, but in the end, this is still a pretty good start, I would say. So I will just make sure I have 3 shots with Reaper if I get them. Then I will also invest a little bit in Curveball, because if I do invest in the arm training, I know that I will get to a secondary skill tree that allows me to throw some cluster grenades, so more than one grenade, which is super, super helpful. And I will go a little bit with XP gain because I know I will need it.
Getting it early is great.
Yeah. And to go payload, let's go with up training first. And yeah, there they are, the bundled grenades. So I'm lucky with that. So I will grab it and immediately get like 2 grenades. So I think we're off to a rather good start, although I already stupidly lost 20% of my hit points, but I think we'll make up for that. Let's see if we can get some HP maybe here.
The only hit point that counts is the last one.
Oh yeah. But I already know that I might end up running a little bit low on HP if I don't get these medkits.
The gods of
the RNG gods.
Yeah.
The RNG god. Like me today. Yeah, so as you can see, and this is also a little spoiler, you can't really get a lot of HP in the game back, so you actually need to figure out one of the ways how you can do it. And there will be mercenaries that can heal you. There's also certain abilities that give you more or less hit points for other benefits or trade-offs. And now I capture my first loot crate here, so you can see there's diamonds and also some other material around there. Just collected a couple of bricks and pipes, and these I will use actually later on in my bunker if I survive and actually can bring the loot home, because this is where Survivor Mercs really is a little bit different than many of the other bullet heavens that you might have played before. We are trying to combine the game. We combine the like bullet heaven formula or horde survival, whatever you want to call it, with something that you might have known from extraction shooters. So one of the key features of Survivor Mercs is actually try to grab as much loot as possible. And I think you can already see that it's getting a little bit hairier now to survive. So the horde is definitely getting stronger.
You could spend some of your level ups.
What?
Never.
But I could also capture this beacon first, and then maybe already spend it on whatever new thing I get. Maybe I'll get a gear item, that could also be nice.
Power gamer.
Some panzer chocolates. Huh?
Oh, panzer chocolate. Yeah, the panzer chocolate.
The good old panzer chocolates. So yeah, let's see if we can lucky and get something. This. Yeah, I think I will take silverback. Just a quick explanation. So the other thing that you can get here at the beacons is actually gear. And gear is basically an equipment item that you can get during a run to also get a big bonus for one attribute or part of your mercenary squad for a trade-off in a different area. So in this case, with the nerd glasses, I would get 5% more XP, but also lose 2% of my view range. But right now, I think I would rather go with another mercenary, and I like Silverback for his AoE melee attack, so I will take him and see if I can already update a little bit. So I think I'll go with the payload for curveball first. More blood diamonds is always good, but no, I pick it later. I'll get it later. No, I'm not gonna be greedy. Yeah, some more bundled grenades, and here's the hard slam for Silverback, which is nice, and the big fists is an area of effect size, which is also pretty good, so I will take that. More of the bundled grenades first, and then make Reaper shoot a little bit faster is also never bad. And now I'm also homing in already on the 5-minute mark, which means we will see the pea shooter. And he's the first boss, the first mini boss, to be honest, that you will see in the game. And I'm playing like a never played the game before. Yeah, sometimes the ninja dash would be really nice, which is actually an ability that you get from a certain commander class that you can roll as a random commander. And this will allow you to dash around and evade enemies and also kill some of them. I think I'm good. He should be down every moment now. Don't want to get too much too close to these impact enemies, which are these like wandering little mine dudes that deal a huge ton of damage if you run into them.
But they also their friends when they explode, which is nice.
Which is nice. Bestest friends.
Attract friends.
Oh yeah, nice. A magnet, and we got a big like energy drink. How do you call it? Overdrive power up, which just makes everybody attack in overdrive mode. So you can just see that they're shooting like crazy. But now I need to get actually somewhere. It's more mercenaries? Okay, let's get some more reinforcements first. We have 16 level ups, we need to spend them on something. Otherwise, I will be dead soon. And there they are, the Panzer chocolates. I think I will grab these because I need a little bit of movement speed. So let's upgrade a couple things. So I will take another big fist first.
King.
Yeah, shooting faster. A little bit of knockback is also not bad. RNG gods don't like me, so let's get the Panzer chocolates. Oh, pickup range. Yeah, more bundle grenades. Some movement speed. Again, the payload, because now I can actually also access the special grenades that Curveball has, if I'm lucky. More bundled grenades. The stun grenades, I don't really like them too much.
If you had more mercs, it would make more sense. But right now you need them for the damage, right?
I also don't have the reroll ability yet because I didn't build the room yet, of course, since it's the first run. But yeah, let's fire a little bit faster, get some crit chance, which is also always good. Big fist, frag grenades, yeah, these ones I was looking for. So let's just make Curveball shoot fireworks.
So good.
Sweet, sweet damage. Alright, so I think we need some more loot, right? This is a game about looting, and so far I think we only captured one loot crate, so let's get more of them. One thing that we aim to do with these objectives is not just have them here on the map as these like random points that just pop up and you capture them, but actually give them a little bit more a theme to it, for example, where you can find special loot and special objectives, which might also have some additional defenses. You can already see in the game that we have these, I just killed them rather quickly, but we have these turret defenses around the objectives, and our idea is to expand these objectives with more structures and interesting little like mazes or other cool enemies that actually you encounter at these objectives, and instead of just getting a random loot drop as right now, you will actually get themed loot, which is some unique stuff that you actually need for upgrading your bunker at later stages. And yeah, I'll quickly spend the level ups here, a little bit on XP gain because I will need it soon. A little bit faster is always good. Ah yeah, more piercing is never that bad. Hard slam, more explosives, more crit. That's more shotgun. Can't hurt. Crit chance. A little bit more crit chance and a little bit more knockback. Because as the enemies get tougher, actually the knockback can be a really, really nice way to sometimes just get into these objectives and capture them while Silverback is holding them off. And the rest is basically just destroying them. So, next loot drop. Only a couple of screws in there. Let's see if we can find something like a fun little power-up. Right now I'm trying to just see if I can find a nice power-up to show you, because we have a couple of more interesting ones. And it's just the like little energy drink up here. It's again this like overdrive, which is helpful, but I could have spared it for another minute or so, because then we will see the second mini-boss. So let me check, maybe I can get to this loot crate over here. Actually, I like it a little bit more. It's pretty safe at the moment. I think I will just grab that loot and then run to this beacon left. And as you can see, I'm not picking up all of the XP because I know that at some point I might also get a magnet to collect most of it, so I'm just trying to get as much as possible, but running for the objectives is most of the time the better strategy, because you will at some point get the level ups that you need, but sometimes it's really important just to capture these objectives. Now I can actually recruit my last merc for now, so I will take Critter. As you can see in the bottom right corner actually that we have 5 slots for mercenaries, and these will be available once you actually unlock more of the mercenaries, and we already have someone that is unlocked which you can hire from the bunker menu, which is Shredder. I will show you in a bit. Just try to defeat Charger here real quick, and then maybe I'll even dash for an extraction to show you a little bit more about what we can do in the bunker. This shouldn't die. So Charger is the second mini-boss right now. These mini-bosses appear every 5 minutes, and serve as a little kind of skill check. And of course, if you have cool ideas for new mini-bosses, I would love to hear them. Because currently these are just super buffed up versions of other enemies that you might already encounter, but we definitely want to expand the game with more different enemies that offer interesting and fun challenges. There we go. Oh yeah, we got a nice sonic boom, which is one of my favorite power-ups. It's just amazing. Like you pick it up and it just does this like big blowout that blows all of the enemies away. It's a kind of a nice little breather.
That's only temporary.
But it's...
And you could check the another one from
yeah, I could check that. Just seeing if I could move over to the left to actually find another loot crate, but I think I will actually go for the... Yeah, I think I will grab that and then I'll run for the extraction. Because one thing is really, really important. Oh, and magnet, I'll take that. So I'm also like lucky this run.
You're very lucky.
RNG gods really like me. So yeah, let's level up Critter a little bit. Extended magazine and lethal weapon is awesome. A little bit more crit chance. No, faster firing speed. And always focus on the extended magazine. Like I cannot stress enough how much it means to shoot multiple shots per attack. Speaking of that, let's take that. Weapon, frag grenades a bit more. And let's add a bleed effect to it as well, just for the fun. And some crit chance, some frag grenades. I think I could actually take it to the boss with this run.
Nobody's stopping.
No, I want to show a little bit off about the bunker, and I don't want to die for being greedy.
This has never happened.
Never happened. So yeah, as you can see down here at the bottom, there was this little ability icon all the time for the past like 10 minutes already. So if I hit the X button right now, a little alarm will flash, and where is it? Oh, over there. So the yellow marker actually shows me the way to reach the extraction point. And I will actually make a dash for it and leave the supply pod behind, because the extraction point will disappear after a minute and then will be on a cooldown. So you can miss the extraction point, but if you do, it's actually I think I got a merc stuck in the back. There's Silverback. Oh my god. Come back to me. Okay, please save me.
Obviously, the enemies don't like it when you call it an extraction, and they will get angry.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically you're showing them like, oh, I want to leave, and they of course try to kill you. As you can see, that was actually quite hairy and pretty close. But this is the only reason why we did it, because we had a really nice loot bag already with a couple of materials that we will need. I don't think it will be enough to actually upgrade the first room, but this is the stuff you want to bring home, because if you die, you will lose all of that. And the only thing that you will take home is the DNA and the blood diamonds that you collected. And even these will be penalized. So if you die, you will lose most of it. So Survivor Mercs is all about this like high risk, high reward gameplay. If you want to be greedy, go for it, but don't cry if you lose everything, just because you get killed in the end by a really, really nasty enemy wave. And yeah, let's take it back to the bunker. And I also, I think I entered the high score for the current challenge that's going on. Like I said before, you can read up on the challenge in the event post that is live on the Steam page. It will explain a little bit what you need to do to enter. One of the things is play the game, rank on the leaderboard. And this score is basically all of your loot, the DNA, the blood diamonds, everything you captured and brought out of the game alive. And your high score will enter into that leaderboard, which you can also check. So make sure to get to one of the top spots and claim one of the nice prizes that we have offered for you. All of these are courtesy, of course, to Wandering Wizard, our publisher, who is also supporting us here with that. So make sure to check it out. Right, nice. We unlocked some stuff. That's also cool. We unlocked a new gear item, the precision scopes, which will actually upgrade your critical hit chance. And Hail, which is another really, really fun mercenary. Pretty defensive, but pretty powerful if you know how to play her. So now let's check out the bunker a little bit, now that we have a couple of resources. So as you can see, we have 828 diamonds, or blood diamonds actually, everyone's favorite resource. Then we have some DNA, which is actually stuff that the mini-bosses drop. And DNA is something that you will use if you clone commanders. And the first 2 clones are always free, but if you want to clone more, or if a commander dies and you want to revive him, you can actually spend DNA for it. And later on in the game, at some point, you can also configure your own commanders. In order to do that, you actually need to build a room, which is the genome lab. And as I said, right now I can't really build something, but I will see if I can actually buy me the resources to build the genome lab.
That's a bunch of stuff.
Might just get to it.
5 glass, 7 blast.
But let's see if we can get to it. So basically the whole meta game of Survivor Mercs is about building up this bunker and make it your home. Build the rooms that actually provide you some really interesting bonuses. So in order to do that, you can actually dig deeper, like one room after another. And once you dug out a room, and I can quickly show it here, so let's spend these 50 to dig another room. So now we have 2 empty rooms that we can actually fill with something, and you can see you can dig up more. And currently all of the blueprints are known, so in the early access version you will have these rooms available to build. The funny thing is that all of these rooms can also be upgraded. So if you look, for example, at the shooting range, which will increase the critical hit chance of all of your mercenaries, or all of the weapons basically, you can actually upgrade that through different tiers, and of course every upgrade will yield a better bonus. And these are permanent bonuses, so these will always apply to your whole squad and to your commanders. And then there's the gear items. Some of them we showed before, and these are actually items that will just temporarily upgrade your squad. Like I showed before, during a run, if you pick them from a beacon objective, you can make sure to use them and buff up your squad. And of course you can unlock more of these, so there's a lot of different items that you can unlock now in the early access version already. So make sure to fulfill all of these conditions and pick the ones that are your favorites. There's not only items that are just buffing up your stats, there's also some stuff that is actually really really helpful. So here's the supply drone, and I will spoiler it a little bit. This is a little drone that drops in some power-ups regularly during your run. And with certain commanders that maybe don't have that many mercenaries available, this can actually be a really, really fun build opportunity. If you look at the barracks, this is basically where you can unlock and hire new mercenaries. So as you can see as well, in the early access version, we have 14 different mercenaries at the moment. All of them are really different. So it's something we really want to focus on is creating interesting mercenaries that have interesting traits and interesting weapon and targeting and movement behavior. So you really get the sense of leading an interesting squad of these like ragtag mercenaries into battle. And I said I wanted to build a room maybe, so let's check out the storage room and see what we need. And yeah, as you can see, this is something that can still happen. So we are in early access, so we might still have a little couple like glitches and bugs here and there. Overall, I think the game is quite stable, but of course if you encounter any bugs or any issues, please let us know. In this case, I will just try if I can quickly buy some of the resources, but I think I will rather spend it on new mercenaries and gear at the moment, and keep the bunker upgrade maybe to check after the second run. So I definitely want to get Shredder and Hale, because these are two really, really interesting mercenaries. Shredder has a shotgun and has some interesting skills as well, and for every mercenary you can check out the skill tree in these like detail view menus. And as you can see, there are some skill trees that you can just basically upgrade throughout every run. But then there's also exclusive skill trees. We saw that before with Curveball, who has this like special grenades. And for Shredder, it's the same thing. He has like 2 exclusive skill trees. You can either try to skill him into this slug shell, kind of like turn the shotgun into a sniper, or you can actually strengthen this buckshot shell skill tree and make sure he has like a really nice bullet spread. And at the end of these, both of these skill trees, you will actually get like a special skill. And with Shredder, it's Dragon's Breath for the buckshot, which adds some fire damage and basically incendiary rounds. Or the Dum Dum bullets for the slug Shredder, which adds bleed damage to the enemies. So this can be, for example, a really, really good skill or combination for killing bosses rather quickly. So I will unlock Shredder, and I will also unlock Hale. She also has different skill trees, as you can see, totally different setup. Also 2 exclusive ones. She has a really big minigun, and basically can at some point then decide if you want to like have her more kind of a wide firing arc with a slow effect, or if you want to focus more on individual enemies and narrow the bullet spread and add some additional knockback to her attacks. And I will also unlock her real quick. And now you can see also, this is something I wanted to show in the end of run screen earlier, we can actually earn survivor bonuses. And these are these little chevrons up here. So whenever you play a mercenary in a run, or you select a mercenary in a run and you upgrade them far enough, you will actually get this survivor bonus, which will grant you a free level up for that merc once you hire them again. So this is a really good way to build up to 3 free level ups that you will get for each merc. And since it's a unique level up only for them, you will be able to choose immediately what kind of skill lane you want to go down, for example. And this can be really helpful if you want to focus on a really specific build. The only thing you need to be aware of, again, high risk, high reward. If you pick one of these mercs with a high survivor bonus and you die in battle, then this survivor bonus will be lost. Exactly. So we have another like 300 diamonds, so I will just spend it also on the precision scopes, because these are awesome with really high crit chance. And now I have 98 more diamonds, so I think we spent most of it. So let's check out if we can get a fun little little other mercenary, and you can see we have our survivor, which is the average basic commander we just extracted before. But now I'm also trying to check what I can get as some random clones. And here you will see the impact of the traits for each of the individual clones. So I think I will actually play this one because I love the flatulent trait. It's just I mean, it's a stupid fart joke, to be honest, but it's actually
not stupid.
But it's a really cool ability, and it will show you a little bit what you can do with certain commander clones. This is also an interesting build because it starts with a little bit less movement range, but you can haul more stuff, so our carry capacity increases from 25 to 31. Every mercenary will also add a little bit of that, so if you really go for a loot run and you want to grab as much loot as possible, this is like really interesting. It comes with a slightly less view range, but I think we can deal with that. And oh no, of course, this is what happens if you run a mercenary outfit. You will have to pay your mercenaries. So this is basically whatever blood diamonds you're not spending, you actually have to pay for your mercenaries. And the only way to circumvent that is building a treasury, which is another room in your bunker, that will allow you to save a part of that and take it with you basically into the next run. So right now we don't have the treasury yet, we can't build it, so we have to bite the bullet, yeah, and have to pay our mercenaries, unfortunately. So let's start another run, and this time let's see if we can get a good chance. And you can see it's like, and yeah, of course we get the same ones as before, but then this time let's start with curveball and see the survivor bonus in action, because now you can actually select one of these two skills already for free. So let's go with the payload first and see if I can show you some more of the special grenades that he has, because I think right now our little flatulence actually is pretty damaging to enemies. As you can see, we deal some poison damage.
Also some strong shots.
With a lot of burritos that he had.
Yeah. These are like some kind of chemical warfare.
I mean, everybody knows that, right?
Now we have proof.
So yeah, but you can see this is kind of an irregular attack from the commander, but it can be really fun to defend a little area around you and deal some poison damage. So we also grabbed our first loot. Let's quickly check what did we actually grab. So the pause menu is kind of a squad overview, so you can toggle through certain things. You can check and do some planning around which kind of skills you want to go first. You can check your gear items as well if you already have them, and we can see like 6 bricks, 4 wood. Okay, this is very good. And you can also check all of the running missions that you can potentially fulfill during that run. So it's also sometimes helpful just to check the pause menu real quick and check the missions in the tab. This is something that will end up in its own room in the future as well. This is already something we're working on, so expect that to actually be one of the very early updates in the early access phase for the game. But in case you want to know how to unlock certain things, check the pause menu in the run at the moment. And yeah, let's see if we can get some level ups for curveball, because it's shooting way too slow. But yeah, I wanted to show you the special grenade types, because I think if we're lucky we can go with since we already have a poison attack, we could also go with poison grenades for curveball. Hit him. He's not the fastest pitcher.
But you could have made him faster.
I could have. Always the commander's fault, right?
Yes.
Alright, so let's grab another supply pod here and see if we can actually get some more XP. This is really... Oh, banana nades!
Yes.
These are the things I wanted to show you earlier, actually, in the first run. But this is one of our quirkier, funnier power-ups, inspired by Bananiel, who's our official 11th team member. Unofficial? Official? Unofficial.
I don't know. Is he on the payroll?
No.
Well, then it's unofficial.
He's a slave laborer. But Bananiel is a huge banana plushie, and he's a very dear friend to our team members.
To the team's mental health and motivation and everything.
Yeah, it's the support banana in the team.
Yes, emotional support banana.
More loot, and then I need to actually look for a secondary beacon, because otherwise I won't survive this round too long.
Towards the left?
No, the one on the left should probably be one I need to upgrade. So, oh yeah, but poison grenades. Yeah, let's pick these, and then let's make him throw a little bit faster.
More faster.
And bundle grenades. Perfect. So now Curveball is actually throwing grenades and leaving nice little poisonous puddles behind him, which is also a really nice defensive lane for Curveball. It can also become quite a boss killer if you manage to keep the boss around the like poison puddles at all times. But of course, it's not like insta-killing everything, so we definitely now need to find a mercenary who has a little bit more damage capacity, because I think with the poison grenades we actually left a little bit of our impact damage behind for the added damage over time and this kind of lingering poison clouds. So yeah, since we unlocked Hale before, I just quickly want to show you a little bit how she plays, because she also has a really interesting mechanic to her. I might be a little bit too defensive in this run, so I'm not sure if I can actually survive that long as in the first one, but I'll still try. But Hale is basically shooting these like crazy bursts of bullets, but she's actually just covering your back. So wherever you go, she shoots in the like inverse direction of you. And this is something that's really useful and fun, because you can kind of also, if you manage to stay in one place, you can just direct her, and yeah, if she would continue shooting, you can actually kind of aim where she's shooting. So she's a little bit more of an indirect direct weapon in that sense, so it's really fun. And I think I will just see if I can now also find Shredder. It would be a really nice addition to this team. And I think we head for more loot and try to get our second extraction. There he is. So yeah, Shredder is our little cowboy guy, equipped with a really badass shotgun. And I think I want to see if I can upgrade him a little bit. So let's go a little bit with the hail. So damage and knockback is currently not really necessary, so yeah, but these are good. So I want to get the buckshots. Let's see if we can upgrade the blood diamonds to take a little bit more if we find another wood. But I think this is definitely a little bit more tricky than the last team. So the fun thing about the game is that you will have all of these different mercenaries and abilities, and the more you play with them, the more you actually also find out what they are really good at and what they are not really best used for. But also the more of these gear items you unlock and buy, the more you can actually make some of these mercenaries that might not seem to be the hardest hitting in the beginning actually become really interesting ones. And of course, in the future, the more we add new maps, bosses, enemies, and other things to the game. This time the RNG gods don't like me. Where's Fisher? Did I kill him? Ah, I did. Yeah, I think he was moving around the poison too long.
Yeah, we need to mark where bosses are.
Yeah, this could be helpful, because this is basically a little pile of stuff you left behind. I think I should just level up. So let's get something into, and the auto shotgun, the most important thing for Shredder. The mobile tuning. Some
More poison.
Yeah, more poison is always good. Auto shotgun. Some more grenades in general. A little bit more movement speed because I'm super slow. And let's see if we can grab more blood diamonds. I'm gonna do a greedy run now.
Movement speed is one of these defensive stats that you don't really like. It doesn't feel like a defensive stat, but if you can dodge stuff, it really saves you a lot of HP.
Also, little spoiler alert: if you get to the boss and you're really slow with the commander, you will have a hard time. Like, the bosses also need you to be a little bit more, let's say, agile or nimble. You can't really survive too long if you have a super slow commander. You have to actually go into a little bit of speed, or alternatively into a lot of HP. So we also picked up a little upgrade right now. I think now we saw, I think, all of the power-ups we have in the early access version right now, right? Minefield, I think, was the last one. Banana nades.
Yes,
Doomsday Ray. So basically, the minefield is a really nice one, especially also around like bosses or strong enemy waves, because they deal a lot of damage. Just don't walk into them yourself. This can be really, really nasty. I'm gonna be greedy, so I'm just going for more like crit damage now. And then I will see if I can. I think I won't find a health kit here anymore, so I think what I will do is try and extract once more. Yeah, because I'm really dead. So this is gonna be tricky.
This is kind of fun.
This is like
shaving it very close there, good sir.
It's so hard. No. I spent my last 2 level ups on something that hopefully helps me. Bullet hell no.
No!
It was foreseeable.
This is where the adrenaline gets bumping.
We lost all of the nice tasty loot. Alright, so this is not going to be a new high score for the challenge. I mentioned before we're running a little challenge for the launch now, so feel free to enter, get the game. Feel free to join the Discord. That's what I wanted to say. Feel free to join the Discord. Get into the details of the challenge, get the game, try it for yourself, and see if you can bring home this nice, sweet, tasty loot to actually rank up in the leaderboard and win some nice prizes. So unfortunately, this time we got killed in action. This means we lost all of our survival bonuses, and also we have a little hefty penalty on not only all the components and materials that we lost, but also on the blood diamonds and DNA. So this wasn't the most successful run, but at least we unlocked some energy drinks, which is another really cool gear item that allows you to shoot faster. And I think with 160 diamonds we can't really do that much, so I might actually... we can get the energy drinks. So I think I will get these, and I think I will potentially also now end that stream here, because I guess you saw a little bit what the whole game is about. Maybe before we end, a little glimpse at the different operations. Like we said before, we currently have 2 maps in the game. A lot of this menu is still heavily work in progress, so please bear with us. We are currently working on improving that a lot to not only show you which map you can actually play. Currently have 2 maps in the game, the Desert Storm, Desert Strike and the Arctic Storm. And both of these maps feature their own unique boss, where you will also be able to read up on the boss details once you met them. So you need to survive for 20 minutes, not extract, and then you will meet the boss, and hopefully you will be able to kill them, because they're really, really tough as nails. And if you die to them, of course, you will also lose all of your precious little loot that you captured in the run. So you better be prepared. And make sure to find a really, really fun commander that offers a really nice bonus to the build you want to go for, and make sure to get all of these interesting little gear items, and of course the more interesting mercenaries that are even hidden behind these unlocks. And there are some of the team's favorites still in here, so I hope that you will check out the game
equally.
Of course, they're all our children.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no favorites.
Of course not. And then, of course, make sure to bring that sweet, tasty loot home to actually be able to build these rooms. I'm currently here on a build that doesn't have cheats enabled because I'm playing the actual game. So I can't even cheat. I have to really play for it, and I suck at it. So hope you guys will be better. It was a pleasure showing you a little bit about Survivor Mercs. So check out the game, early access right now. We have a launch discount, so for a couple days you will be able to get the game 15% off, sorry, from the regular price. And I think it's a really, really good chance to start into the game now, give it a chance, and then make sure to also join us on the Discord server. The link is not only in the game but also on our Steam page. We're really looking forward to get in touch with you. We hopefully host a couple more of these streams in the future as well. I hope also some other members of the team will join me at some point, or maybe even also dress up as the command. Not dress up, of course. I am the command. But
there can only be one.
Yes, we're really looking forward to getting in touch with you and hear your feedback. So tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like, tell us what you would like to see improved in the game. We're currently aiming for a couple of months in early access, where we are continuously pushing new maps, new bosses, new mercenaries, new traits, new gear. So a lot of content that will hopefully allow you to create a lot of really individual synergies and runs, and hopefully no run will ever be the same. So with that being said, thanks a lot for joining us. Make sure to check out the game. Buy it now, or at least wishlist it now. And we hope to see you soon. Wolpertingers, over and out.